what's up guys, Movie Maniac here. So I just got back from seeing Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, Guardians of the Galaxy is pretty much one of the most biggest risks and biggest gambles that Marvel has ever done. I mean, it was already a big risk of getting all the superheroes together for the Avengers, but for bringing a new group of team heroes that a lot of people don't know, I mean, especially with little fan base, but putting it up on the big screen and making it very good. This movie didn't disappoint me. Now, in case if you guys didn't know, I didn't read the comics for this movie. Instead, I looked up the story and characters, and I thought, okay, I mean, it's weird they got a talking tree and a raccoon, but all right. This movie, it really exceeded a lot of my expectations, especially when the trailers are so good, and the movie was so awesome. I definitely love this movie. So yeah, so in case if you guys don't know what Guardians of the Galaxy is, I will give you a quick synopsis. It's about this team of unusual heroes. Well, mostly they start out as criminals. One's a thief, the other is a mercenary, the other one's a mad hunter, the other one's an assassin. And then, of course, you got your talking raccoon that would steal stuff and pawn it for money. And also with this, alongside talking tree Groot. And pretty much they meet together. It's sort of like the Avengers. Like, they meet together. They don't really like each other as much. But then later, they'll start to work together. And they'll work together to go against the evil Ronan, the villain of the movie, which he wants to destroy and take over the whole universe. So the Guardians of the Galaxy has to stop Ronan from destroying the universe. So yeah. So let's start off with the good stuff about this movie, because trust me, there's a lot of good stuff about this movie. First thing, let's go through all the characters. First off, Star-Lord, Peter Quill Star-Lord, played by Chris Pratt. Now, when I heard that Chris Pratt was going to be in this movie, now, like I said, I never read the comics, so I didn't know who the character was, Star-Lord. But I was thinking, really? Chris Pratt as the main character? I mean, they did that in Lego Movie, I know, but that was voice acting, but Chris Pratt? Isn't he fat in Parks and Recreation? Well, it seems like he worked out pretty well and he got fit with this character. And let me just say, Chris Pratt was really good in this movie and also really hilarious. Actually, Chris Pratt acting and also his character Star-Lord reminds me a lot of Han Solo. I mean, yeah, I know it's pretty much Guardians reminds me a lot of Star Wars. I'll probably point that out to you a couple times, but pretty much, Peter Quill, Chris Pratt is like Han Solo in this movie, because I can see how he's like Han Solo. Like, he's that one guy, he's after it for the money, but then when there's evil, he'd be like, all right, I'll go and save the world. But then he'll later start to find out about goodness of saving people and stuff, which exactly is just like Han Solo, which that's really cool. I also liked his personality as well. Then there's also Gamora, played by Zoe Saldana. She is hot in this movie. I mean, she's sexy, just sexy hot. But not only she's hot, she's also very good too. I mean, Zoe Saldana has always been a good actress. I mean, I can't really think of anything that she starred in bad she starred in, but she's a really good actress in this movie, and I liked her character as well. She's a lot of fun to watch, and she's also very kick-ass in this movie. She does a lot of cool fighting stunts and everything. And then there's also Drax the Destroyer, played by Dave Bautista. Hopefully I got his name pronounced. I'm sorry if I mispronounced his name. But what the funny thing is with this guy, the actor Dave Bautista, I'm not a huge fan of wrestling actors. I mean, he's a wrestler. Dave Bautista is a wrestler. But I'm not a huge wrestlers fan, actors. Like Hulk Hogan, anything he stars in is crap. Except for Gremlins 2. And then also, like, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not a fan of The Rock. Seriously, he's kind of overrated. But so, yeah, I'm not really that much of a wrestler acting fan, and I was kind of a little bit worried about Dave Bautista in this movie, but he's actually very good. I mean, what's interesting about his character, Drax the Destroyer, is that well, I don't really want to give anything away, but let's say that Ronan did something that messed up his life and he wants revenge. And let's just say he's big and brooding looking. And that's what Dave Bautista brings in, and he does that really well in this movie. And he's such a badass in this movie too. And there's a lot of funny moments where Star-Lord would do a lot of like metaphors and he just wouldn't get it. Now this isn't a spoiler because this is on the internet, but like when Star-Lord was like, "Don't worry, you'll get to kill him like this," and he's like, "Why would I want to put my finger on his throat?" And he's like, "What? Oh no, this means slicing off his neck." You know, I love those kind of jokes with Drax. It's just so funny. Then there's also Rocket Raccoon, voiced by Bradley Cooper. He is so awesome in this movie. And this was pretty much the character I was really mostly excited to see in this movie. And Rocket Raccoon was just so awesome in this movie. I mean, and also Bradley Cooper does such a good job voicing as the character too. And there's a lot of good written dialogue for him that he talks pissy. Like he'll have an attitude and stuff, which he's really cool. I love those scenes where he goes crazy over the big guns, like in the trailers, how he just goes, "Oh yeah," you know. I love that. That's just so really cool. Rocket Raccoon is awesome in this movie. Then there's also Groot, voiced by Vin Diesel, which that's actually another actor I'm not a huge fan of, but I love him in voice acting. Like the Iron Giant. I loved him in the Iron Giant, but I didn't really like him in anything else, although I've never seen the Fast and Furious movies. But Vin Diesel in this movie was really good too, even though he had one line in this movie, and that is, "I am Groot." And that was the only lines that he ever says in this movie. But it sounds so awesome, and I love the deep voice of Vin Diesel, and it really fits in with the big, huge personality of a tree-like character. And also, Groot does a lot of cool stuff. Like, he'll have, like, branches and stuff, and he'll grow branches, and it'll turn into, like, shields and stuff. So whenever somebody's shooting him, he'll, like, do this, or, like, Captain America, or he'll get, like, branches from his shoulders, or just, you know, everywhere. And that's just so cool. There's more characters. There's also, I think her name's Nebula? Yeah, Nebula, played by Karen Gillan or something. The chick from Doctor who was the 11th Doctor's companion. She's also really good in this movie. I don't know if it's just me, but I think they also kind of auto-tune her voice, and she sounded so cool, like she was a robot. Oh, wait a minute. She is. What am I saying? Then, of course, there's also Ronan the Accuser. A lot of people that I keep hearing are saying that Ronan is pretty much one of the lamest villains ever. I disagree. I mean, yeah, I know they didn't really explain his backstory enough, but I do like his character though. Like, I love the design. I love the actor Lee Pace. Lee Pace is such a badass in this movie, and he's so threatening as well too. And I think they also auto-tune his voice too to make his voice sound so deep, and it's just really cool. So yeah, and I also really liked his hammer that he uses to destroy things. That's so awesome. I mean, yeah, I agree. I agree that they don't really explain his backstory enough, but I still do like Ronan. I think he's still really cool. So yeah, that's all the characters. Now let's talk about the visual effects. The visual effects in this movie are great. I mean, holy crap. I mean, whenever I say visual effects are really good in a Marvel movie, visual effects are always good in Marvel movies. But this is actually one of my favorite movies, or favorite Marvel movies now, with one of the best visual effects ever. I mean, I even think this is better than the Avengers. Since how everything's all spaced and theme related, the visual effects just look so brilliant and breathtakingly amazing. And the art direction was very well done too. The set designs are also very cool too, especially the opening where they showed us in the trailer too, where Star-Lord goes in and he steals like this artifact and he gets caught. Like, the set designs from that location just look so cool. So yeah, I definitely love that. The cinematography also is really good too, and also the action scenes are so fun to watch. So yeah, definitely love that. Now, since I really do like this movie, does it have problems? Well, only one major one, and that is probably the plot. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad or anything. It's not. but it's kind of sounds a little bit too familiar with the Avengers. I mean, it's people, these strangers meeting up together with their magnificent powers. They won't get along, but then they'll learn to use their powers to work together. I mean, yeah, we've kind of seen that before. I mean, I like this story. I still like it, though, for developing its characters. I mean, I think this is a perfect story for developing characters. But I just kind of think it kind of got a little bit predictable. Because I pretty much knew what was going on with the climax and stuff, so... yeah, a little bit predictable, but I didn't really care so much. Because it was really fun to watch this movie. It kind of leaves out the distractions. So yeah, I definitely enjoyed Guardians of the Galaxy. It's such an awesome movie. Definitely check it out for all of you Marvel fans, regular audiences who don't know about anything about Guardians of the Galaxy. See this movie. I mean, it's a lot of fun to watch. These guys are completely awesome. You'll love these characters. And yeah, also, Star Wars fans. If you guys are not Marvel fans, or Star Wars fans, if you guys are not Marvel fans, and you're just like, oh, superheroes, I'm not into that. Well, check out this movie. This has a lot of space, Star Wars themed related theme in this movie, which is really cool. So I definitely highly recommend to watch this movie. I would give this movie an A-. Great movie. So, my ultra question today is, who is your favorite character in Guardians of the Galaxy? I don't know which one's mine, but I think mine's Groot. Comment down below. Check out my other videos. They're really cool. Like to subscribe. Like my page on Facebook. See ya.